And joining us this morning is internal medicine specialist and integrative medicine physician, Dr. Aditi Dave. Good morning, and thank you for joining us today.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Dr. Dave, as a physician, can you first tell us why it's important or why this event is important for community members here?
Sure. Yeah, it's actually a great question. A lot of people, no matter who they are, they have a sensor, a radar of like how their wellness is. So, I think a lot of people have that self-reflection of how am I doing when it comes to my mind, body, spirit complex. And often we are dealing with not only daily stress, but as a society, our society is really revved up. There's so much hyperstimulated multitasking. The nervous system, as a result, is more shifted into that flight or fight at a baseline level. And so, as a physician and just community member, I see all the time. Even young kids say, I'm feeling stressed, and we've kind of normalized that word. We think, okay, it just has to exist. But our radar tells us otherwise, so that internal sensor of how is our wellness doing, and that it is a multidimensional wellness, right? So it's not just the physical, but also the mental and our ability to align to our inner compass, or you can say the self, the witness, the spirit. And so a program like this, I think gives you an opportunity, no matter who you are, to see what are the most high yield tools in mind body medicine, specifically related to this event, the most effective way to really go beyond the mind, which is what meditation is all about. But how do we do that as a hack? Can we use the breath specifically in a guided way? And how do we learn that? That's something that this event will touch upon. And I think it's dear to me because so many people ask, like, they know that their mind is very busy. They've tried different techniques, maybe they've tried an app, but they're really looking for the juice of a high yield technique, because they have less time than, say, like 100 years ago or 200 years ago. So this is the interest specific to the individual.
Absolutely, Dr. Dave. You've brought up some amazing things. And of course, we know that societal and of course personal stress can really wear and tear on the body. But we know that at this event, there's going to be a featured speaker and global humanitarian. Tell us a little bit more details about that so people know what to expect if they come out.
Yeah, sure. So this event ties in with global humanitarian and world meditation leader, and his name is Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. He is known over the globe in over 150 countries. He's done a lot of peace resolution work, as well as uplifted individuals and societies through really allowing people to learn these high yield techniques and be able to meditate with a master of meditation is in itself kind of a boost. So, whenever we think of oral traditions, medicine is one of them, of course, where there's only so much you can learn from a book. And then after that, there's an oral methodology. Martial arts is another one. So in terms of meditation, it's in that sort of mindset that an oral tradition can really bring forth effective experience, a personal experience. And so tonight, this global humanitarian, Gurudev, he will be guiding meditation for the entire event. And his work is beyond just in the individual. It's so important to meditate, of course, to really allow for you to see what's beyond a busy mind. But the other is to bring society together. And we've seen so much fragmentation in our own society, especially after COVID. And I think the more stressed different communities are, but also individuals, the less we're getting together in a spirit of celebration and looking at our human values that are shared across the globe. And I think Gurudev does that so effortlessly. And he's honestly, like, being around someone who is a master of the mind, you can feel like a lot of us can feel each other's vibes. You can feel that peace, you know. So this event is about peace, celebration, and meditation.
Absolutely. Dr. Dave, we appreciate you so much for sharing so much about the event that's happening. And once again at home, it's happening tonight from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. there at the Wake Chapel, Wake Forest there. I wish you say it's at the Wake Chapel on Wake Forest Road in Winston-Salem. Again, thank you to Dr. Dave for letting us know a lot of information about that event. It really seems like it's going to be wholesome and wellness if you need to know any information about how to maybe deal with things better in your lives.
She brought up a lot of good points that a lot of us have this baseline of a high level of stress and don't even realize that we need to bring that down again. So.
Absolutely.